Hey yo, it's Brian here. Today, talking about the San Francisco 49ers. In this one, doing my position edge, 49ers versus Cardinals week 4 at Levi Stadium. Second straight home game for the 49ers at home in San Francisco. Well, if you want to consider the third one at Los Angeles, week 2 at SoFi Stadium, that does count as well, but I'll just consider it a second home game officially. Anyways, doing my position edge, where if you're new to my channel, this is where I try to compare each position by each team. Let's say quarterbacks, receiving core, defensive line. I pick an edge coming into this game who I would pick the edge to. This is like a Deadliest Warrior style thing. If you haven't watched that show on Spike TV years ago, that's where I got the inspiration from. I hope you guys enjoy it. I know this one garners a lot of controversy, a lot of attention in terms of people talking trash, which is totally cool. It's totally fine. But luckily, the 49ers have been able to prove me right for the most part this year. It's been fun to do, very enjoyable. Hopefully, if you're a Cardinal fan, you can tune in, join the conversation because you guys had a great win last week over the Dallas Cowboys. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of fun. By the way, Cardinals fans, if you're into this, welcome to my channel. Definitely, you're more than welcome. Any team is welcome to talk in this channel, have a good chat with Niner Empire, Niner Faithful. We're pretty respectful here for the most part. People that are subscribed and following my channel, they're pretty cool people, so don't worry, we're not those crazy fans that start fights or anything like that in stadiums, but whatever. Anyways, should be an interesting one. Divisional matchup, second one for the 49ers. Very, very interesting, I would say, for this matchup. The 49ers are coming off a win over the Giants, and who would have thought the Arizona Cardinals are coming off a win over the Dallas Cowboys? That is just crazy right there. Everybody, including myself, was like, the Cowboys, this is just a rest stop right here. They're just going to win this game, blow Arizona out. But no, it was the other way around. Arizona ended up blowing Dallas out. Wow, who saw that coming for anybody? That's just awesome right there. Believe they won a score by 28-16. Really impressive. I gotta say, Arizona, man, they had two horrible performances for the most part in the first 2 weeks. They let the Giants come back week 2. Week 1, they were just pummeled. I mean, what more do you expect from them? But then they get this game against the Cowboys, arguably one of the top offense and defenses in the NFL, and just beat them up pretty good. That's really encouraging right there. That's really good. Josh Dobbs leading the way. Got to give him a lot of credit. He's been in and out of the NFL in terms of different teams for the past few years, and finally had a good opportunity with the Cardinals, with Kyler Murray being out. And honestly, with Dobbs, they have a better chance of winning football games with him than Kyler Murray ever did. I always would fear Josh Dobbs now than I would with Kyler Murray, honestly, for the past few years, because Murray, as much as he's a talented quarterback, he's been known to be lazy, looking like. A lot of people complain about his attitude, everything like that, but Dobbs was like a really hard worker, and it's looking like it's paying off right now with this awesome win over the Dallas Cowboys. One of the big upsets of the year, I would say, definitely. So that's really exciting. We do play the Cowboys the following week, week 5 on Sunday Night Football, so hopefully the 49ers can take some tape out of that on how to beat the Cowboys. But in this one, we're focusing on Arizona. Sorry if I'm going a little bit off at a tangent right here, but I'm just really excited. It's just been an interesting week. Got to give congratulations to former 49er coaches. DeMeco Ryans getting his first win with the Texans. Mike McDaniel scoring 70 points against the Denver Broncos. Very impressive there. Two of our old guys, ex-defensive coordinator, ex-offensive coordinator / run game specialist. Come on. Those guys, they deserve much props all day of the week. I'm proud of what they're doing, and I'm hoping that they can take their teams really far in the year. I'm so excited to see what the Miami Dolphins can do in particular, just to see how that offense is operating with Tua as the quarterback, Tyreek Hill, all those guys. And they scored 70 points without Jalen Waddle, and Waddle is a really, really good receiver. They were able to smother them. Raheem Mostert had the career game like he did against the Packers in the NFC Championship game years ago. Very proud of him. Very happy for him. And, DeMeco Ryans with CJ Stroud and company, they're doing really good things. I believe they're on the come up, on the rise. Will they make the playoffs this year? I'm not 100%, but man, they're looking really, really good. They had a really impressive win over the Jacksonville Jaguars, a division rival. A lot of exciting things outside the 49ers. Got to give my props. The Jets a little bit on a struggle because of no Aaron Rodgers, Zach Wilson, not really working out. Hopefully it could work out with the different quarterback with Salah, but honestly, if Salah keeps Zach Wilson there, I know it's kind of out of necessity right now because they don't have the other quarterbacks to look forward to this year, but they got to find a veteran quarterback quickly because the Jets are floundering real quickly, and if he doesn't, then Salah could potentially get fired, honestly. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I love me some Saleh. He was our first defensive coordinator under the Kyle Shanahan regime, trying to do some great things in New York, but quarterback situation's always been a problem. Hopefully he can get that sorted out later on. But yeah, just a little update on the 49ers coaching staff elsewhere as head coaches. They're doing really good, and I wish them the best all the time, always following their games. All right, but before I get the video started, per usual, for the 49ers versus Cardinals position edge, please like and subscribe. Much appreciative. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. That's awesome. If you're as a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning back in, always listening, commenting, all that cool stuff. Let's just get this started. 49ers versus Cardinals. Who has the edge, position by position? And honestly, I hate to be a spoiler of everything, just like the 49ers and Giants game. I got to give all the edges to the 49ers, and I'm going to be going through each position for the Cardinals and seeing some stuff I like about them. So it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be like the second week against the Giants. Last week, I did the same thing. I just picked all position edges for the 49ers, and so far they proved me right. We won pretty good against the Giants on Thursday Night Football. I know the Cardinals are coming off an awesome win over the Dallas Cowboys. This is a brand new week for everybody, so we got to just erase what happened essentially for last week and just move on to this week. This is a division rival. These two teams know each other pretty well. Well, I wouldn't say Arizona because they have a brand new head coach, brand new everything. But, yeah, when they beat the Dallas Cowboys, anything can happen in football. I always say that, not to get too cocky or anything like that, but, if I'm looking at unbiased perspective, if you look at the roster from top to bottom, I got to say the 49ers have the better team on paper than the Cardinals. We said that last week for the Cowboys. They had the better team overall on paper over the Cardinals, but life can happen in weird ways. Yes, life can happen in weird ways. So, I'm not saying that just to say that the 49ers are going to win this game, but I was looking at the roster coming in this game. Yeah, the 49ers have a better team, in my opinion. They got a great quarterback in Brock Purdy who's still trying to get better. He's trying to recover from an injury. I think that's really what's kind of holding him back with these overthrows and missing passes. Just trying to get that confidence back with that elbow. But for the most part, he's doing a pretty good job all year long in 2023. You have a great running back, Christian McCaffrey. I'm so excited to see what he could do every single week, carrying the team essentially. And you got Elijah Mitchell in the backup spot. That's awesome right there. Nice to take the load off of McCaffrey once in a while, because McCaffrey just cannot be running every single play that wear him out, and I don't want anything bad to happen to him. So running back, wide receiver position, excited for that as well. The list just goes on what we have. Defensively, you look at all three phases in terms of offensive line, defensive line, linebacking core, and defensive backfield. Man, you just it's hard to compete, really hard to compete. You can make a case for defensive backfield because sometimes they teeter-totter on if they're a great backfield or not. The front seven, you can't argue with that. I mean, led by Nick Bosa, Javon Hargrave, all those guys, they do a really good job on that line, getting pressure to the quarterback. The linebacking core, they can stop you in the middle with Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw. Although Greenlaw can be a loose cannon sometimes. Yes, he can be a loose cannon, unfortunately. But he's a great player, talented player. We can deal with it. Hopefully he doesn't have any crazy moments like he sometimes does once in a blue moon. But yeah, overall, loving this 49ers team. Yes, I would say they're better than the Cardinals on paper. Remember, Cardinals fans, I'm saying on paper, but that doesn't mean they're going to win the game automatically. So there you have it right there. But the Cardinals are going to be tuning into them. I say they have a really, really, really talented roster. I mean, you look at the offensive side, they have some great targets, I would say. Dobbs, I think he's making improvements, making strides, which is really good right there. I feel like they have more confidence on the offense with him at the quarterback over Murray. That's really good right there. He's more of a traditional quarterback, which is much helpful instead of a guy that just runs around all the time, which is not a problem, but at the same time, running around can lead you to a very short career. You can ask Cam Newton and even Big Ben a little bit. He probably could have extended his career a little bit more had he not been running around a lot. And Cam, as much as he's a big body, he just couldn't take the hits anymore after 2015, the Super Bowl year where they lost to the Broncos. Dobbs, I think that's a really underrated quarterback in terms of for the Cardinals, and he fits that offense really, really well. The running back position, I mean, James Conner, he is just a freaking beast. We've seen him play a few times when he competes against us for the past year or two now. He's awesome, and that's somebody that they have to stop definitely coming into this game because he's a big factor. He is a big threat. Major props to James Conner any day of the week because he's awesome right there. I'm surprised that he's not in Pittsburgh anymore. I mean, he fits the mold of Pittsburgh, but since he's been in Arizona, he's been a huge success, a big head. got to give credit to the Cardinals for getting him during the offseason a year or two ago. Next up, the wide receiver position. I mean, you have Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown, that's a really cool name right there. Yes, he's had an up and down career in Baltimore and now in Arizona, but I think he could do great things. He's very talented. He's a very speedy receiver. He's the guy that you throw the ball down the field. Very effective guy. You also have Michael Wilson. Really, really great young player. A lot of upside for the Cardinals offense, if I'm going to say that, but they do have to face a very tough 49ers defense, and this is probably one of their biggest tests, I would say, all year long, twice in a year because of division matchups. So it's going to be really exciting. I think the Cardinals shouldn't just be taken lightly of. I mean, I say that for every team, but for the Cardinals, a lot of people think they're the laughing stock. You joke around about them, but hey, after the win against the Cowboys, they put the league on notice, I would say. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of intrigue coming in this game. Division matchup. I believe the Cardinals offense can make something happen, but at the same time, they do have to face that 49ers defense. Can they stop them? Hopefully not. I hope the 49ers can take care of business and pressure Dobbs quite a bit, make him get a lot of mistakes like they did with Daniel Jones in Thursday Night Football. Other things to look forward to defensively, can they stop Christian McCaffrey and company? That's the big question there. Offensive line is good and bad. Sometimes we have a little bit of shake-up and stuff like that. Trent Williams, he had an unusually not the best game on Thursday Night Football. He had 3 penalties, which was just crazy right there. He did punch the dude. I forgot who it was, but he punched him in the helmet, whatever you call it, and he didn't get ejected for whatever reason. But hey, that happens. It happens. There's always much improvement for the 49ers offense, but hey, this Cardinals team, man, it's making me a little worried. Not going to lie to you, but I hope the 49ers can take care of business. They have the roster to do it. They have the offense and defense and even special teams to do it. Kyle Shanahan, he's like a mastermind. We're thinking of him right now. It feels like every week I have to kind of make up my mind on what Kyle Shanahan is. Is he a mastermind or a goofball? Because most of the time he's a genius, but once in a blue moon, he's a goofball in terms of his coaching and managing the game and stuff like that. But hey, I do love me some Shanahan. He's been a great influence for us for the past 7 years now. John Lynch as well, building this team. That's crazy. 7 years. Since 2017, this Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch tandem has been with the 49ers. That is just crazy right there. I never thought they would last this long, honestly, because the whole Jim Harbaugh thing and Jed York at that time was very, very volatile in terms of firing coaches left and right once a year. But the last 7 years, got to give Jed York some credit for keeping out of football operations and stuff like that. So, yeah, 49ers versus Cardinals. It's going to be a fun one at Levi Stadium. Home game. Just awesome. 4 o'clock, I think 4:05 p.m. Eastern time. A lot of fun. That's all I got to say. So, yep, that's pretty much it, you guys. If I had to get the final edges for position, I got to say the 49ers for most of them in terms of the roster and what I'm looking forward to coming into this game. That's all it is. It's not predicting the game or anything like that, because I could say the Cardinals are going to win in my prediction video that's coming out tomorrow. For right now, I do like the roster for the 49ers, but the Cardinals, they have a very underrated team. If they get some good guidance under Jonathan Gannon, then good things can happen for them. So, yep, that's pretty much it, you guys. Please let me know what you guys think about position edge. Would you agree with me, give all the edges to the 49ers, or would you give some position edges for the Cardinals over the 49ers in certain ones? Please let me know in the comments below. If you guys like this, per usual, like and subscribe. Much appreciative. I hope to catch you guys up tomorrow when I predict the game for the 49ers and Cardinals week 4. Bye, guys. Love y'all. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, rest of your night. Go Niners all day. See y'all later.